this video, we are going to learn what we mean by an improper fraction. An improper fraction is a fraction in which the numerator is greater than or equal to the denominator. What does that mean? That means that the number on top will be greater than or equal to the number on the bottom. So let us consider an example. Let us consider the fraction 8 divided by 5. Now, what is the numerator? It is the number on top, that is 8. And what is the denominator? It is the number on the bottom, that is 5. Now we can see that 8 is greater than 5. That means that the numerator is greater than the denominator, and hence 8 over 5 is an example of an improper fraction. Now let us model this fraction. Let us consider a rectangle, and since in the denominator we have the number 5, let us divide this rectangle into 5 equal parts. Now the given fraction is 8 over 5, so we have 8 as the numerator, and so we need to shade 8 parts. But we can see that we have only 5 parts. But we want to shade 8 parts. So what are we going to do? We are going to draw another rectangle, and we will divide this rectangle into 5 equal parts as well. So now we can model our fraction. What do? We need to shade 8 parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we have shaded 8 parts and we have modeled the fraction 8 over 5. Now note that the portion we have shaded is greater than this entire rectangle. And whenever we have an improper fraction and we model it, we will always shade the entire rectangle or more than it. This is because the numerator is always greater than or equal to the denominator in the case of an improper fraction. And so the number of parts we shade will always be greater than or equal to the number of parts that the whole rectangle is divided into. And because of that, an improper fraction is always greater than or equal to 1. Next, consider what we mean by a whole fraction. It is a special type of improper fraction, and a whole fraction is a fraction in which the numerator is equal to the denominator. So, for example, consider the fraction 3 over 3. We can see that the numerator is the number on top, that is 3, and the denominator is the number on the bottom, that is 3. They are both equal, that is, the numerator is equal to the denominator, and so 3 over 3 is an example of a whole fraction. Now, if we consider some more examples, we can have 5 over 5. We can consider 11 over 11, or we can consider 102 divided by 102. In all of these cases, we can see that the numerator is equal to the denominator, and so they are all examples of whole fractions. Now, note that if we consider 3 over 3, that will be equal to 1. 5 over 5, that is 5 divided by 5, that is also equal to 1. 11 divided by 11, that is also equal to 1. 102 divided by 102, that is also equal to 1. So we have the numerator to be equal to the denominator, and so when we divide the numerator by the denominator, we will always get 1. And because of that, a whole fraction will always be equal to 1. And so if we model a whole fraction, we will end up shading the whole rectangle. Now let us have a look at a few practice problems. Let us determine whether or not each of the given fractions is an improper fraction. Now consider the first fraction. We have 3 over 4. What is the numerator? It is the number on top, that is 3. And what is the denominator? It is the number on the bottom, that is 4. Now note that 3 is less than 4. That means 3 is not greater than or equal to 4. The numerator is not greater than or equal to the denominator. And so, no, this fraction is not an improper fraction. Consider the next fraction. We have the number on top to be 15. That is, the numerator is 15. And the number on the bottom is 7. So the denominator is 7. Now 15 is greater than 7. That means that the numerator is greater than the denominator. And because of that, yes, this fraction is an improper fraction. Consider the next fraction. We have 6 over 6. The numerator is the number on top, that will be 6, and the denominator is the number on the bottom, that is 6. Now 6 is equal to 6. That means that the numerator is equal to the denominator, and so yes, this fraction is an improper fraction. Consider the next fraction. We have 8 over 3. Now the numerator is 8 and the denominator is 3. 8 is greater than 3, and so the numerator is greater than the denominator, and so yes, this is an example of an improper fraction. Consider the next fraction. The numerator is 9 and the denominator is 11. 9 is less than 11, so the numerator is less than the denominator. It is not greater than or equal to the denominator, and so no, this fraction is not an improper fraction. Consider the next fraction. We have 24 over 25. The numerator is 24 and the denominator is 25. Now 24 is less than 25. That means that the numerator is less than the denominator. It is not greater than or equal to the denominator. And because of that, no, this fraction is not an improper fraction. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. See you next time.